Well, my time at Gold's Gym Venice is a little bit different than probably what you see it today as. I mean, I came to Gold's Gym Venice for the very first time in 1984. I actually wound up at World's Gym first, but World's Gym didn't play any music, and it had zero atmosphere in terms of looking around the gym. I mean, it had all the stars. I mean, Chris Dickerson was there, and Danny Padilla, and Bertil Fox, Joe Gold, but in between sets, there was just no real electricity. Then I walked into Gold's Gym, and the first thing you heard was the hard driving music. I looked over and I saw Apollo Creed from the movie Rocky, Carl Weathers. Lyle Alzado was in their training. More importantly, I saw Tom Platz, I saw Hulk Hogan was in the house, and I was just kind of captivated by the fact that Pete Grimkowski was there. And Pete Grimkowski was like, you know, he's the face of Gold's Gym. And I thought, wow, this is where I need to be, because they had like big weights, and the pictures were on the walls from not just the bodybuilders, but you also had football players, and you had celebrity people in their training. I remember seeing Dennis Hopper was over there training, and Linda Evangelista, the high fashion model, was training right there. There's Jodie Foster over there, and I just kind of felt like, wow, I need to be down here training, because I felt like during my workout, I could see the guys that were in the magazines training that I idolized, that were on my walls at home, but at the same time, I could see the people that are on General Hospital, you know, people that I pay money to go watch and that are in the movie theater. And I remember trying to find out, like, who owns this place? Like, who's running the machine of Gold's Gym?
This little fellow who started out to be the Mickey Mouse kind of bodybuilding turned into a tremendous asset for us.
I came to find out, you know, Derek Barton was running, the director of marketing over there. Derek Barton was a guy who was really good friends with Lyle Alzado. He would introduce me to several of the people that kind of ran things over there. And I remember meeting Tim Kimber and Paul Grimkowski, Pete Grimkowski, and different players that were there. And they just basically said, if there's somebody you want to see, just stick around. Hang around in the lobby, hang around over there in the parking lot. And I would find myself lingering before I would go in the gym, still full from having lunch, just waiting for someone to come walking up, and you'd literally be stargazing. It's like being on Hollywood Boulevard waiting for a celebrity to walk in. But I really got my kicks out of watching these bodybuilders come through. I'm like, well, there's Mike Christian, he just won the national championship. Wow, there's Gary Stridham, he's the national champion. Wow, look, there's Lee Haney. I mean, these people were coming from all over the world, and as I look around, I'd see people sleeping in their vans. And you find out that they're here from Connecticut. They drove across country so they can train at the world famous Gold's Gym. And the Barbarian brothers, I mean, loud and obnoxious, and they would carry that rhythm with them into the gym, and they'd be throwing around weights that were just ridiculous in terms of the poundage. And big Victor Richards, the Nigerian Nightmare, I mean, this was a prodigy. I mean, he's 19 years old with, you know, 30-inch thighs, just ridiculously big, training with these big bodybuilders. But as I come to Gold's Gym and experience what bodybuilding was all about, I would learn that these bodybuilders, they didn't just train together. A lot of them would go and eat together. They'd get done eating and they'd go out to the beach and lay in the sun. I mean, it was a brotherhood, it was a fraternity. And as the years would go by, and I became a professional bodybuilder, I would see guys like Aaron Baker come through. I would see careers, literally, I'd watch careers come and go. I watched David Dirth come through there. You know, bodybuilders from the East Coast, Paul DeMeo, Mike Matarazzo, they would come out here and they would be pursuing the same dream that I had. Flex Wheeler would come down from Fresno. I watched Chris Cormier move out here from Palm Springs. Gary Stridham came out from South Africa and lived over here on Main Street. And while that was happening, you would see photographers like Bill Dobbins, Chris Lund, Irv Gelb, Artie Zeller. These guys would be camped out, doing photo shoots literally on a daily basis, chronicling the lives and the journeys of these athletes coming through. And you look over and you start to see the female movement. You could see, you know, Jeff Everson and Corey Everson would be in there training, or Rachel McClish would pop in for a photo shoot. You know, Carla Dunlap would be here from the East Coast. So the who's who of bodybuilding, I think, throughout the 80s and into the mid, I'll say late 90s, if you were bodybuilding, you were coming through the doors of Gold's Gym.
They're interested in building their bodies. They're not interested in disco music. They're not interested in playing around. The people that are not interested, I get rid of them immediately. I only keep the serious people here in the gym.
And you would see permanent fixtures like Charles Glass, who won the 1983 you know, national championships. And he would wind up becoming a personal trainer. And he's still there training people. celebrity trainers. I mean, he's training hockey players, he's training movie stars, he's training bodybuilders. I mean, he's made a career from Gold's Gym that would be envious to any trainer because they all go to Charles Glass. When you go to Gold's Gym, you're gonna see Charles Glass. You're also gonna see another guy that came up with me, Rick Valente. Rick Valente won the Los Angeles Championships. He was a cover guy for Flex Magazine. He had his own workout show, Body Shaping. Rick Valente trains people over there. And through bodybuilding, they have the one commonality, from CEOs and executives to producers and actors. They all have this one commonality, which is lifting weights, the passion for fitness. I became friends with Magic Johnson and Michael Thompson from the Los Angeles Lakers. Who would have thought that when I was in high school and in college? You know, Howie Long would be in there training, and Lyle Alzado, who would wind up introducing me in 1987 on stage as a national champion over in New Jersey, was training here at Gold's Gym. It was before the cell phones, it was before the internet. Nobody was coming to Gold's Gym to really take pictures of celebrities. We came there to train. We came there to commiserate with each other in the name of fitness. And now, you know, it's changed dramatically. It's changed hands, it's changed ownership, it's become more corporate. You don't see as many bodybuilders. You see some people in there trying to get fit. And the landscape of bodybuilding has changed. We have more classic physique guys now, more physique men, bikini. They're marketing fitness. You see literally every athlete in there in between sets on their cell phone, taking pictures of themselves, taking pictures of the celebrities. For every gym member, you probably have 1 or 2 trainers in there. The times have changed and we're changing with them. You don't need a Gold's Gym in order to become world class. You are in control of your own publicity now, with people following you around with cameras, or you having someone follow you around with your own camera, creating your YouTube channel and your Facebook page, and of course you're gonna have to stop off at the world famous Gold's Gym, but you're probably not gonna see a Mr. Olympia in there. And if you do, you might see 1 or 2. You know, Dexter Jackson's a holdover, he's there. A few guys are still there, but you don't see the young, up and coming, prosperous future of bodybuilding rolling through the doors of Gold's Gym. And I believe it's because people know now they can be anything they want to be from the comforts of their own home. You don't have to come to Gold's Gym in order to be a superstar. You can become one in your backyard if you develop your physique to the right degree and you market and promote yourself. We no longer have that outlet called Joe Weider, who's looking for the next great talent, camped out in the gyms of Gold's, looking for the up and coming rising star to put you on the cover of the magazine. Just, it's not like that anymore. We are in the end times as it comes to Gold's Gym, because we now know that it's owned by Google. And Google at some point will knock that thing down, and they're gonna build up this monstrosity to continue doing what they've already built. And so our days are numbered at Gold's Gym, and I relish all the memories that it's brought me. I've seen fist fights there, I've seen cops come in and bust people. We've seen all kinds of different things. I remember Jeet Swenson. He was a beast of a man. He's probably like 6'5" or so, and 400 pounds. And watching Lou Ferrigno train in that gym and watching the careers of the people that found our industry take place in that gym are things that I'll cherish forever because I was there, I was a part of it. So if you haven't been to the world famous Gold's Gym, get down there. Listen to what the walls have to say. Look around at the new talent. See if you spot a celebrity or two, one of the world-class trainers that are in there, or one of the world-class athletes. It's still Gold's Gym. They can call it what they want. If they decide to bulldoze it, it's gonna be gone. But for me, and the hardcore bodybuilders that have passed through the walls of Gold's Gym in Venice Beach on Hampton Street will always have a special place in my heart, in my career, and fond memories. For Generation Iron, I'm Shawn Ray.